A tragic crash in Dubai today. An Indian Tejas fighter jet went down during a maneuver. It was participating in an air show. By all accounts, the pilot did not eject, and now we can confirm that he did not survive the crash. This is only the second time in the history of the Tejas that we've seen a crash. But even before the authorities could begin an investigation into what went wrong, something else happened. Pakistan's so-called journalists and trolls launched a campaign. They're using this mishap to target India. They're mocking the pilot, they're ridiculing the jet, they're spinning this tragedy into taunts. We'll tell you what they're up to, but first, the details that we can confirm for you tonight. The cause of the crash is yet to be established. We do not know if this was a mechanical failure or a human error. Of course, that's not stopping the Pakistanis. Consider some of the statements that they've made. Indian Air Force continues humiliating India globally. Tejas or Tandoori, today the difference is clear. Whatever we send up will always come crashing down, Indian Air Force. And it's all the fault of gravity. These are not isolated comments. These are part of a growing stream of online assaults, mostly from Pakistani accounts, most of which cannot be seen in India because of the restrictions in place by the Indian government on Pakistani accounts and handles. But the intent is unmistakable: to tarnish the image of India, India's security forces, and India's defense industry. So tonight, let's set the record straight. Let's show you what happened in Dubai today. It happened around 1:30 p.m. local time. An Indian Air Force aerobatics team took flight. They performed a routine marking India-UAE defense ties. There were crowds watching them from a distance. About 40 minutes into the act, the Tejas jet appeared in the sky. It was performing an aerobatic move. Reports say the jet made a steep vertical climb. Then it seemed to lose power. Moments later, it dropped sharply and crashed into the ground. The reason behind the crash is yet to be ascertained. As of now, it's being called an accident. The Indian Air Force has issued a statement. It says, and I quote, "An IAF Tejas aircraft met with an accident during an aerial display at the Dubai Airshow today. The pilot sustained fatal injuries in the accident. The IAF will ascertain the cause of the accident." Now, here's something else worth noting. The Tejas is not a new plane. It has had a clean operational record. The first crash happened only last year, and that was in March 2024 in Jaisalmer, a city in the western state of Rajasthan. The pilot survived that crash. Today's crash in Dubai is only the second ever. That's 2 crashes in 24 years. By all accounts, today's crash was an outlier. The Pakistani handles, of course, ignore these facts deliberately. At the end of the day, no Air Force is immune to accidents. What matters is how the system responds, how safety is reviewed, and how the planes are improved from there. And India is already working in that direction. It is building an upgraded Tejas jet. It is called the Tejas Mk1A. It comes with major upgrades, including a modern radar system and technology to resist enemy jamming. The plane will have the ability to fire long-range missiles and air-to-air refueling. So today's crash is tragic, the pilot's death devastating. But this does not define the Tejas, it does not define India's Air Force, and it does not define India's defense capability. Pakistani handles did not wait for facts or an investigation or even a moment of basic decency. India's response will be guided by facts, not by trolls, and that is the real story tonight.
I was a revolutionary. I became a ruler. I claimed to protect my people. I terrorized them instead. I built palaces. I started wars. I lost everything. Some called me a defender of Arab pride. History remembers me as a dictator,